So, as a public prosecutor, I am expecting a lot from this convention and discussions which are deliberations going on. As to the several biological aspects issues, where first my interest is that any biological issue shall have conformity with the local traditions and the rights of the people, and the recommendations which may be given to the approval of the convention shall not be ignored. The local rights of the tribals, or for example tribals or the persons who are depending on their livelihoods.
You're saying that the rights should not be ignored, but are these rights of these communities and people who depend directly on forests, for example, legally identified and recognized by the government?
This is one lacuna on the part of the local governments, that the local government mostly are failing in identifying the entity of the tribals, how by birth they are living upon them. It is their first right so as to enjoy that environment. Any change of any climate or environment, it is against their birthright and human right ultimately. As a resource person of anti-human trafficking and anti-animal trafficking and wildlife issues, my experience is that the conservation shall start from the community people. If it is guarded by the community people, it will be very good protection from the traffickers. What I aspire from this convention, the community shall be involved, recognizing their rights and also allowing them to enjoy their own environment and giving some more responsibility to them to take up the conservation.
Interesting. Tell us more about the anti-animal trafficking, that the area that you have worked in. What were the most pressing issues on animal trafficking, and how is it being dealt with?
Yes, in animal trafficking there are a lot of issues, but now, for example, in India, the Tiger project, if it is taken, this mostly Tiger project is though established in Orissa, but still it is yet to be in conservation aspect, it is yet to be achieved its goals, because the various animals like tigers or the other wildlife or even tortoise, like this, all these things are totally in the hands of the traffickers. They were totally taken away for commercial purposes, and for poaching has to be strictly prohibited, and also for sports, though there is a law, local law regarding the sports and poaching and all other things, but the implementation is somewhat, it is not effectively done by the concerned authorities. And that is one of the reasons where the government is failing in protecting the animals from the hands of the traffickers for commercial purposes.
There is a Biodiversity Conservation Act that has been passed by the Government of India. Do you think this act will be effective in in addressing the problem of animal trafficking?
Yes, I can say that the Biodiversity Act 2002 has been enacted, and though it is put into the force in India, there is no such the awareness among the public as to the aspects of the biodiversity, and even the stakeholders who are dealing with those aspects, the judiciary, public prosecutors, and the concerned authorities, police, forest authorities, marine, coastal, all other authorities who are dealing with the biodiversity issues and conservation, development, and all these people are totally not having the use of those laws so as to regulate, to protect the biodiversity for the benefit of the general public, and not using those provisions effectively, while prosecuting the traffickers or the wrongdoers of this development or conservation activities. That is one lacuna.